Walikota at some point whether the arms deal, the whole arms deal was really structured purely for the benefit of the politicians involved, and in particular a reference to Thabo Mbeki, Terry Crawford Brown alleging to Mosiwa Lekota that the arms deal was really Mbeki's way of thanking then Defense Minister Joe Modise for backing him to succeed former President Thabo Mbeki in the ANC, an allegation that was obviously denied by Mosiwa Lekota. So he's likely to face those kind of questions. Well, for starters, the issue of risks has been addressed, Joanne, in the testimony of people such as Mbeki's representative in the international offers negotiating team, Jayendra Naidu, addressed those issues, and also former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel was asked about those risks such as cost escalation, which was related to the depreciation of the value of the rand, but also inflation-related costs and any other scenarios. You know, he was asked, Trevor Manuel was asked about the various scenarios that were mapped. But in terms of really getting to the crux of the decision-making around this commission, it's been very difficult. The format is that he will be taken through his evidence in chief, his statement, and then after that the opportunity will be availed for any other parties that want to cross-examine. And until now, we've really had a situation where the only effective
The Commission resumes. Before we continue with the evidence, I did say the other day that there's a problem in relation to one of the receiving sets, that's the set of earphone and the actual receiver, which someone took, I'm sure inadvertently, and didn't bring them back.
Thetha lento ngale mini kuba kukho umuntu okwenzeka impazamo ohamba nezizinto zokumamela ne receiver yakhona.
We have to return all these sets to the contractor, otherwise you'll have to pay for them.
Zonke izinto ke kufanele ukuthi ekugqibeleni zibuyise zimikiswe kumnikazi wazo xa kungenjalo iCommission kufanele ukuba ibhatale. Kukho okwenzeka mhlawumbe wayithatha ngempazamo ayibuyise torho.
If that person is here today, I'd be grateful if he or she would bring it back.
Sizawuvuya enene xa lo muntu mhlawumbe ekhona namhla ezisile lento.
If the person concerned isn't here, but any of you know who he or she is, would you please give him the message? Say it's very surely.
Engekho mhlawumbe lo muntu apha usazi wena okokuba ngibani lo aphazama wathatha lento mawumkhumbuzo kokuba iyafuneka lento mayibuye.
The set will be of no use to the person who took it by mistake, but it's very important that we get it back.
Ibaluleke gqithi into kokuba ibuyile lento ngoba iyafuneka.
Mr. Interpreter, would you please tell the witness, remind the witness he's still under oath?
Mfokabawo sisakukhumbuza kokuba njengoba ubuyile nje uyakhumbula kokuba wawuthethe isifungo apha sakuba uthethi inyanisa yonke inyanisa phelele usemi kulonda wena ngoku. Confirmed, Chairperson.
Mr. Butler?
Thank you, Chair. Mr. X, good morning.
Molo Mthekazi. Good morning, sir.
Could we have exhibit quadruple A34 on the screen, please?
Make siveze phaya escreenini leyo exhibit athetha ngayo Mthekazi uBatlendo sinikansa.
And could we go to the third slide on that sequence?
Siya kumfanekiso wesithathu phaya.
Now, Mr. X, on the lower one of those photographs, which is exhibit quadruple A34.2, there's a man who is marked at number 4, the man who's standing up, and you have said that that is not you.
Kukho kulo mfanekiso osezantsi phaya indoda ime ngezinyawo uthi wena xa ubuzwa uthi hayi akunguwe lo ume phaya. Yes, sir.
And that is plainly correct. That is not you.
Uthi nyansela akusunguwe lo ume phaya. Uneqiniseko lalo nto akusunguwe.
I want to put it to you that that person, the position of the person and the clothing which he is wearing show that he is the same person as the person who is number 4 on the upper photograph.
Uthi Mthekazi uBatlendo xa ujonge izinto azinxibile nesimo nje somntu yonke into ayinxibileyo kulaa mntu ovela phaya kulo mfanekiso ngaphezulu indoda yesine phaya. Uthini lo?
It's the same person, same clothes, same position, same blanket.
Unxibe izinto ezifanayo ibhayi elaliphethe lilo eli nangu lowo latsha ngalaa nto. Uthini kuloo nto mfowabo? I don't agree.
Well, if the Commission finds that it is the same person, then it means that the person who is shown in the arrow on the upper photograph is also not you.
Ngoku ke xa iCommission ingabona okokuba hayi nyanzo lento aba bantu ngumuntu oyedwa lo kuzawuthetha okokuba luvele kulo mfanekiso ngaphezulu akunguwe njengoba usitsho wena.
You understand that?
Uyayiva loo nto?
Ndiyimthatha.
That's me.
Yes, but if it's the same person,
Please, honestly, appeal to those present in the chamber not to talk.
Sicela ababa phaya emva kokuba ningathethi ningenzi ingxoxo.
Those who want to have a conversation, you please go.
Xa
Stay, please keep quiet.
nifuna ukuthetha niphumele phandle nothetha khona ningathethi apha endlini siyanicela.
What I'm saying to you, Mr. X, is that if the person marked with the arrow on the upper photograph is the same person as the man who is standing up on the lower photograph, then the person in the upper photograph is not you.
Dithi xa usithi akunguwe lo owumi ngezinyawo apha kulo mfanekiso sezantsi.
You accept that?
Lo muntu ophaya phezulu olathwa ngalaa nto uthi wena nguwe akuyonyani leyo ngumntu oyedwa. Ukuthetha okokuba lo miphaya phezulu kulo mfanekiso ngaphezulu akusinguwe. Uthini apho? I am the one that is crouching there, not the one who is standing.
That's the point Mr. Buttons is making to you. He says, we understand you say you're the person who's crouching in the top picture. What Mr. Buttons says, if, now I know you don't agree with this, but if the person who's standing up in the lower picture is the same person, then that must mean that you aren't the person in the upper picture.
We
told us the person in the lower picture, the person standing up, is not you.
Uyibeka ngolo hlobo ke mhlekazi uBatlenda uthi xa usithi wena uwe lo chophileyo phaya kufumaniseka okokuba lo muntu uchophileyo phaya nguye lo omi kulo mfanekiso olapha ezantsi izabe ithetha loo nto okokuba ayiyonyani lo ithetha ukuba nguwe lo ngoba ngumntu.
Fairness to you, I think you should explain perhaps it's different.
Masichaze kabanzi ngolu hlobo.
If the Commission finds that these are the same people, we may not find that they're the same, in which case the question will fall away.
Uthi umgcini sihlalo xa ungafumanisa ukuba ikomishini enza eso sigqibo ukuba lo muntu kuthethwa ngaye phaya ngumntu oyedwa sengenziwa ke eso sigqibo kodwa xa ingafumana okokuba ngumntu oyedwa le nto izawuba inyaniso le nto ithethwa nguBatlenda okokuba akusunguwe lo phaya. Uthini kuloo ntetho phola? If the question could be repeated, uthi xa kungafumaniseka okokuba ikomishini yenza isigqibo sokuba lo muntu olathwa yomibini le mfanekiso ngumntu oyedwa usithi wena.
Sorry Mr. Mashang, umuntu omnye ayithi oyedwa akazuyi understand isixhosa.
You say
Umuntu omnye ayithi oyedwa.
Ngumntu omnye xa befumana uba ngumntu omnye yombini le mfanekiso ikomishini ithethe okokuba le nto ithethethwa ngumhlekazi uBatlenda izawuba inyaniso okokuba akunguwe lo othi wena unguye phaya kulo mfanekiso ophaya phezulu. That's me, sir.
Chair, this is really a matter for argument.
I think, to be fair, witness may not understand the force of a hypothetical question.
Chair, I felt it was necessary for me, for fairness, to put a proposition to him, but I think it can be dealt with.
I just want to thank the Commissioner for the assistance.
So, Mr. X, what I want to say to you is that the person marked with the arrow on the upper photograph is not you, and that your evidence pointing yourself out on the photograph as a member of the committee is false.
Uthi umhlekazi uBatlenda uthanda ukubeka kuwe ke mhlekazi okokuba lo muntu uthi nguwe phaya akuyonyani leyo uthi wena uzifaka nje entweni ungekho kuyo awukho kulo mfanekiso.
Andikhona tata. Ayisifaki.
Not just putting myself in.
So I just want to make sure I understand you. Do I understand you to say you are in the top picture and the arrow will fall at the top of it, points down to your head. But by the time, I understand you to say, I just want to make sure I'm right. But by the time the second photograph was taken, the lower picture, you weren't there. And that's why you say you were not the person who was standing up with the four and the arrow pointing to your head. That's someone different. So you had left by then, left that particular area.
I don't think he said that, Chair. I think he just said it wasn't him.
All right. Well, then, I got that wrong. But what you're saying is you're not in the second picture, the lower picture.
uthi wena mfokabo kulo mfanekiso usezantsi akukho apho uvela khona.
I'm just trying to make sure that I
Ndiyabuza nje uthi ngoku kulo mfanekiso lo wesibini usezantsi akukho apho uvela khona.
I
don't see my picture photograph.
I recall asking the question at the last instance whether he was visible on the second photograph, and he said yes, but we didn't get any further than that.
Yeah, what was said previously was that on the lower photograph, the man to the left of the person who is standing is him.
My recollection as well, yes.
Now he says he can't see himself in the photograph. But it's all on record, Chair. I'd like to move forward.
All right, let me just ask one question for the sake of fairness to this. What we are told, last time you were here, last time you were where you are, where your picture was here, you told us that you thought you were the person on the right of the person in green, that you were the person in the lower picture with the arrow with the 3 at the top. Is that right?
I'm sorry, Chair, the interpreter. I didn't follow the question correctly.
In the second picture, the lower picture, the one on the right, what I've asked said it to him is, as far as we can see from the transcript, last time he was giving evidence, he said he was the person on that picture who is immediately to the right of the person in green. In other words, he's the person with the arrow with three at the top of the arrow going down, pointing to the top of his head.
Uyabona phaya kulo mfanekiso owesibini lo sizantsi apho kukhona u3 phaya phezulu xa usihla uthi kukho umuntu phaya ombethe ibhayi elihlaza kukho lomnye ongapha ngasesandeni sokunene kuyena wathi wena nguwe lo muntu uchophe apho.
Wetata ndiyazifanisa nakahle Coma Mbushi.
I say I look like the person who is next to Mambush.
Mambush being the one in green.
Umambushi lo onxibe ibhayi elihlaza.
Yes, Dad.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. X, I want to put it to you that just like you falsely claimed you were a member of the Committee of 5, you have falsely claimed that you were a member of the Committee of 15.
Uthi ke umhlekazi uyabona nantsika njengoba usithi wena ulilungu lale eliqela labantu abangu 15 uyaxoka awulolungu apho njengoba uxoka xa uthi wena ukulaba abahlanu ababekhethiwe awukho kulawo malo.
Ndikhona Tata.
I am there, sir.
And I want to put to you that, again, you may have been a foot soldier on that day, we don't know, but you claim that you were a general on that day.
Wena ke uzibeka phambili okokuba wawungomnye wabaphathi ngalo mini akuyonyani leyo nto le kungenzeka nje okokuba wawukho apha ungomnye wabantu babehamba nje hayi kwesisikhundla wawukuso.
Hayi Tata ndikutsho ndingathi kwesikhundla Tata nguwe ungekho pha.
I am saying you were the person who was not in that position. I was.
Yes, I was neither a foot soldier nor a general on that.
I would tell you bengaphathanga pha ubenge general engekho futhi naku bakhanqalazi nje. Uthi nje ubengekho nyani kulanto yena ke umhlekazi.
Mr. X, you told the Commission that all important matters were discussed and decided by the Committee of 15.
Uthi ke wena mhlekazi zonke izinto ezazizinto ezibalekile apho izigqibo zazenziwa ile committee yabantu abangu 15 kunjalo?
Sazi caucuswa ila committee nabantu bamakarapa.
The caucus together with the members of the Makarapas.
Well, you went further than that. You said that, in fact, I'm not going to take you back to your evidence, but you said some of the Makarapas sometimes attended the meeting, but all the important matters were discussed and decided by the Committee of 15.
Ewe uyitshilo lento babe bakhona omakarapa kwezinye inhlanganiso. Kodwa ke izigqibo ezazibaluleke gqitha zazenziwa ikomiti le yayishunjiwe.
Babeyimix babedibana umuntu wamakarapa nomuntu oyikomiti sasidibana kuba kwasesetshenziswa senziwa ama-rituals.
We used to meet the Makarapas in the committee because we had all undergone rituals.
Yes, but if you were not a member of the committee, then you weren't there when those discussions were held by the committee.
Ngoku ke njengoba kuthiwa ubungelona ilunga le committee wena ubungekho apho xa kwenziwa eso sigqibo. Yayivolonteer.
Bendibakhona tata.
I was there.
Well, I want to suggest to you that your evidence about what the committee discussed and decided is an invention because you weren't a member of that committee.
Uthi yonke lento ithetha apha nje into ozicingela wena ngoba ubungekho ezo zigqibo othi zathathwa ubungekho plazenziwa ngoba ubungelona ilunga.
Hayi tata zebe senze izigqibo ndikhona kuba sikhona isigqibo esasenziwa kwathiwa kukho imine ekuba iyaphangela le e-Eastern ndaya ndoshaya impempe ndadabula ihostel phakathi ndabizela ngaphakathi encukuthwini abantu bala hostel ndathi mabasidibane sibonisane uqale ukusolve la ngxaki yenziwa ifuna wonke umuntu ufuna imali ndindodwa
there was a decision taken that there's a mine that is operating there in the Eastern. I am the worst person who went to blow the whistle there alone, and I called the people there and told them that people wanted money, let us meet.
Carry on with
the hostel.
Kubeka ubusithi ukuthi kwenzeka ntoni kule hostel?
Ndababiza abasebenzi bandilandela
bayakulanda workers and they followed me. Wababiza abasebenzi bakulandela.
Basofika ulamanye ndathi masibenzi masibonisane makuye kuba kho abantu abaphangelayo
kukho arriving, and I said to them, workers come together, let there be nobody working.
Nyanda abasebenzi basupporta eligama ndithethayo.
The workers supported what I was saying to them, and I was alone at the time.
All right, let me move on to another subject.
On this occasion you're telling us about, you were alone. What day was that? When did that happen?
Kwakunini ke mhlekazi ngale mini uthi wawedwa.
Kwakusekusayidlule la 16 la njengoba sasidibene entabeni kwasesesidlule date 16.
It was after the date on which we had met on the mountain. It was after the 16th, Mr. Chairperson.
Let me move to another subject. You'll remember that on a previous day we discussed, well, let me start again. You made a statement at Pokeng in February 2013.
Ngo February kunyaka 2013 wabhalisa istatement pha ePhukeng. Kanjalo?
Right. I got the wrong date.
What that?
Yes, sir.
And you'll remember that on a previous day I said to you that there were problems with that statement. And one of the explanations you gave was that the person who interviewed you did not understand Xhosa. Do you remember that?
Uyakhumbula xa ndigqiba ukubuza imibuzo apha kuwe wathi wena ingxaki ekhona kweso statement yabangela okokuba lo muntu wayethatha istatement sakho ubengathethi isiXhosa.
Zange ndive kakuhle tata.
You did not understand me clearly, sir.
Sorry, I missed the answer.
Uthi kwenzeka ntoni? You said he did not understand. We did not understand each other clearly.
Because he didn't understand Xhosa.
Kwenziwa into okubana angathethi isiXhosa.
Sasingevani kakuhle apha ekuthetheni tata. Umuntu lona ndibhalise istatement eside. Kulona ndasasivana ngesiXhosa. Omnye abanye abangevani nabo kakuhle.
There was a language problem between me and the others. Save the person who wrote my longest statement. That is the person I understood.
Well, let's go to which longest statement? The longest statement you made at Pokeng, or the longest statement you made with Mr. Matibedi?
Statement esuthetha ngaseside sesiwasenza kummeli uMatibedi ukanene uthetha statement eside owasenza police station ePhukeng.
Sikhona istatement nasenza eside kuba uNgcoko ePhukeni uba uMathibeni kulona ke wendiqonondisa endilandele ngokundibuza.
There's a statement Nongo at Pukeng. That was a long statement. The one Mr. Matibedi asked me, that's the person who then came to ask me questions about this.
Yes.
Ku-captain uPipe-ke.
Dane, he is a captain.
So you say there was no problem with of misunderstanding between you and Captain Noko?
Chike wena no Captain Noko benivana kakuhle.
Bendimuva tata.
Yes, sir, I understood it.
Because he speaks Xhosa, that's his home language.
Andithi uthetha isiXhosa, ungumXhosa.
Yeah, ungumXhosa tata.
Yes, he is Xhosa.
Beg your pardon, it's possible.
Is Xhosa.
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 Thank you. Well, let me read you what is on what you said previously about this. Could we go to the transcript day 254, please?
Maka siye kwintetho yakho owayiveza kule commission izawuvela phaya kumfanekiso.
For those who are following, it's transcript day 254, page 31895. Thank you. Page 31895, please. Line 16. I'm sorry, it must be day 253. My apologies.
What's the page? 3189.
Can we just look at 31985 and make sure I haven't transposed it? Could we go to 31985, please? Just make sure I haven't transposed it. No, it's not there. My apologies, Chair. I've made an error either on the day or on the page number.
You can perhaps when you after
Well, this is the last subject I proposed to address, Chair.
Obviously not 31985. It was suggested that it might be 31895. Is that right?
Sorry, one more try. 31958, please.
Oh, okay. That's 31958 on the screen.
Could we go back to 31985? It is the one that I want. 31985. Line 16.
We've got there.
Right. So there at line 16, the chairperson says to you, well, I've asked the police to tell us to whom you made the statement, but the statement that you made in February 2013 is the statement that contains the passage that I read to you from paragraph 19 on page 11 of the typed version. That's the long statement that you made at Phokeng. Can you see that that's what the chairman is referring to?
apho wawubuza ngumgcinisihlalo ke kubuza okokuba ndicele amapolisa okokuba esi statement wasenza nini wasenza kuFebruary wakufundela phaya kuparagraph 19 sesi statement esideke esi owasenza ePhokeng kuthethwa ngaso.
That's a reference to the long statement which you made at Phokeng in February 2013.
apha kuthethwa ngestatement esiya eside wasenza ngoFebruary 2013 owasenza epolice station ePhokeng.
And your answer at line 21 is you say, Mr. Chair,
phaya ku21 uvela impendulo yakho ke apho usithi wena
that gentleman did not understand Xhosa well.
mhlekazi lo ndoda nandithetha naye yayingasiva kakuhle isiXhosa.
He is Shangaan and I am Xhosa.
lo muntu ngumtshangana mna ndingumXhosa.
There was a misunderstanding.
sasingevani.
If I say A, he would write B.
uthi wena xa usithi A yena ubethi B.
And let me just show you another passage so that there can be no suggestion there's a confusion. Could we go to,
mandikubonise enye ke indawo apho
could we go to page
ukwenza
31988,
isiqiniseko
please?
sokokuba
31988, line 15. Now, here the chairperson asks you questions again.
apha ke ubuzwa ngumgcinisihlalo
He
futhi
says-
imibuzo uthi
He says, now I'd like to ask a question. We are talking about the February 2013 statement.
apha sithetha ngestatement sakho sakaFebruary 2013.
You say the person who took the statement didn't ask you the same questions you were asked later.
uthi ke apha lo muntu wayethatha eso statement akakubuzanga le mibuzo oye wabuzwa yona emva kwexesha kusho wena.
And you say, yes, Mr. Chair.
wathi ewe mhlekazi.
And then the chairperson says to you, is that the statement when you say, apart from the fact that you weren't asked questions about things, so they didn't find their way into the statement, is that also the statement where things were incorrectly recorded because of language problems?
wabuza ke umgcinisihlalo kokuba apha uthi wena aziveli ezi zinto kwistatement sakho ngoba ungabuzwanga lento ubuzo kokuba wiso seso statement na apho uthi mina beningevani ngentetho.
And your answer is, we did not understand each other.
wathi wena ukuthi besingevani ngentetho mhlekazi.
The chairperson, was that because the person who took the statement's home language wasn't Xhosa?
wabuza umgcinisihlalo kokuba yilo muntu uthi wena ubengasiva kakuhle isiXhosa.
And you say, yes, Mr. Chair.
wathi wena ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
And the chairperson, how many statements did that person take from you?
wabuza umgcinisihlalo uba wathatha istatement ezingaphi kuwe lo muntu.
And you say three people took statements.
wathi wena ngabantu abathathu abathatha istatement kum.
It was a Tswana-speaking person,
kwakungumuntu othetha isiXhosa
the Shangaan,
othetha isitshangana
and the Xhosa-speaking person.
nomnye owayethetha isiXhosa.
And the chairperson then says, I want to know from you, the person who took the statement, the
wathi
long,
umgcinisihlalo lo muntu lo wathatha ese statement sakho eseside
the long statement that Advocate Badlander quoted you from,
esi umhlekazi uButland abekubuza ngaso
where you about the counting and the shooting and so on,
apho ubuthetha khona ngokubala ukuba ipolisa lalibala nokudutshulwa.
the person who took that statement, how many statements did he take from
wabuzwa
you?
kokuba lo muntu ke wathatha istatement ezingaki kuwe.
And you say he took one statement.
wathi wena wathatha sasinye.
Now, I want to put the following to you, Mr.
nansi ke intetho endithanda ukuyibeka kuwe nantsika.
You got into difficulty in explaining the long statement which you made at Phokeng in February 2013.
waba nengxaki yokuphendula maqondana nestatement esisenziwa ngoFebruary 2013 phaya ePhokeng.
And the explanation you gave was that the person who took the statement from you didn't understand Xhosa and you didn't understand each other.
waba nengxaki impendulo yakho yayithi lo ngxaki yayibangela ukuthi lo muntu owayethatha eso statement beningevani ngentetho bengasiva isiXhosa.
And I want to say to you that that explanation was false, because we know that the person who took that statement was in fact Xhosa speaking, Captain Ngoko.
ngoku ke ndithanda ukuyibeka wale nto uba ubungathethi inyani apho ngoba lo muntu wathatha eso statement nguCaptain Ngoko.
Ngoko. Did I get it right?
Ngoko.
Congratulations.
Ngoko.
Next time I'll do that Hebrew.
I think you better spell it for the benefit of the transcribers.
Ngoko would be spelled N NGQOKO.
Would you like to comment on that, Mr. X?
Uthini ke kuloo ntetho Mhleka?
Tata Mr. Ngcobo tata akangomXhosa qha isiXhosa uyasithetha ngenxa yoba usebenza ngabantu akangomXhosa mix
Captain Ngoko isn't by birth Xhosa. He's not real Xhosa. He does speak Xhosa because he works with people.
Well, Mr. X, that's inconsistent with two things.
Hayi ke Mhleka bas.
First, it's inconsistent with the evidence you just gave in which you said he is Xhosa.
Ngoku ugqiba ukuthetha uba lo mntu ngumXhosa.
Can you explain that?
Ungayichaza ngoku le nto iveza ngoku?
hayi ungumXhosa wasekhaya khulu tata umXhosa wasekhaya khulu angomXhosa wasemakhaya Eastern Cape lo umXhosa walapho.
He's a Xhosa from, he calls Kaya Kulu. Kaya Kulu, it means it's local Xhosa, not from the Xhosa tribal areas.
So we now have three explanations. He is Xhosa,
Uthi ungumXhosa lo mntu?
he's not Xhosa,
AkungumXhosa.
and he is Xhosa but is from a different area.
Kodwa ngumXhosa ovela kwezinye izindawo hayi emaXhoseni.
Which one of those is the truth?
Yeyiphi ke inyana kulezi zinto ezintathu?
Akaveli khaya
He does from the homelands.
apha esiXhoseni tata ne
Xhosa, Mr. Chairperson. Andikuvanga bekugqibeleni.
apha esiXhoseni kukho impondo kukho isiXhosa impondo alithethi isiXhosa njengomXhosa.
There is Xhosa, there is Mpondo, and Mpondo doesn't speak Xhosa as clear as a Xhosa speaking person.
amaXhosa ke tata ndifuna ucacisele amaXhosa namampondo thina sithethi isimpondo akhona amaXhosa athi isiXhosa straight.
There are Xhosas that speaks very straight Xhosa. We are Mpondos, we speak Isimpondo.
Let's just...
amaXhosa ke ngawo lacala lasesisikaya athethi isiXhosa thina
People that
amampondo.
speak pure Xhosa, the people on that side of the Siskayan side.
asithethi ngufanayo.
We don't speak the same way.
Do you say that you and Captain Ngoko did not understand each other?
Uthi ke ngoku wena no Captain Ngoko lo beningevani kakuhlehle.
Besivana kodwa singevani kakuhlehlehle ngokuthe kodwa besitryisha yena ukuzama ukuza kolwimi
We tried to
thethwayo.
understand each other, though we did not really understand one very, very clearly.
Right, well, I want to tell you what you'll remember that the chairperson asked the South African Police Service to indicate who took that statement and what his home language was.
Uzawukhumbula kokuba umgcinisihlalo wabuza amapolisa kokuba eso statement sathathwa ngubani kakuhle kuwe. Uyayikhumbula loo nto?
And this is the answer which was received from the police.
Impendulo eyavela kumapolisa yililandelayo.
They said the statement of Mr. X, dated 7 February 2013,
But statement sakho somhla ka7 February ngo2013
was taken by Captain M.N. Ngoko.
bathi sathathwa nguCaptain M.N. Ngoko.
They said the home language of Captain Ngoko is Xhosa,
Bathi amapolisa intetho yakhe uNgoko yasekhaya sisiXhosa.
and they said that Captain Ngoko says that that you gave the statement in Xhosa,
Wathi yena uCaptain lo ubuthetha naye ngesiXhosa.
after which he translated it in English and wrote it down,
Kwaba nguye ke osiphendulela esibhala ngesingesi.
and that after that the statement was read back to you in Xhosa,
Uthi emva koko wakufundela sona uCaptain Ngoko eqhayela ngesiXhosa echazela ngesiXhosa.
and after that you signed it.
Emva koko ke wavuma wasayina.
Is that information from the SAPS correct?
Le nkcazelo evela kumapolisa iinyanzi.
Injalo tata.
It is so, yes.
Is it different? I beg it is correct.
It is so, yes.
All right. Well, we're going to argue, Mr. X, that your complaint about language
Uyabona ke sizawuthi thina le ntetho osuyiveza ngoku yokokuba beningevani ngentetho
is plainly an attempt to fabricate an explanation
uthi zinzame nje ozenzayo ukuba ube nenkcazelo ethize.
For the reason that some of what is said in your statement of February 2013 is plainly not correct.
Echaza ezi zinto zibonakala okokuba kwi-statement sakho sika February aziyonyaniso.
Would you like to comment on that?
Uthini kuloo ntetho mhle?
Tata isiXhosa abesingave si 100% kule ngokuthetha kwethu apha kona ebesiva isiXhosa konke ndimxelele tata
Uthi besi 100%.
besingave si
The
100%
Xhosa he understood, but it wasn't 100% understanding of the Xhosa.
The issue that gave rise to this, Mr. X, was your statement in February 2013 statement.
Into eimbangela yonke lento mhlekazi ukuba esi statement sakho sika February 2013
That the police started firing shots while General Mpembe was counting.
esithi amapolisa aqala ukudubula ngembumbulo esabala uGeneral Mpembe.
So now I ask you to say in a language which you understand and which you're comfortable with, is it true or is it false? Or don't you know
Ikanene bubuxoki okanye awazi
that the police started shooting while General Mpembe was counting?
ukuthi amapolisa aqala ukudubula ngeli xesha uMpembe esabala.
uba utata uMpembe tata newathi phayana eMarikana
Mpembe
ndizoba
at Marikana, I am going to count.
That's not the question.
sabe sicule ngoma
Gqibezela umbuzo wakho. Uthi uMpembe wathi ndizobala.
wathi ndizobala sesuka kule ndaba esihleli kuthi nasabe sisombela sishaya amanduku sicula.
Immediately left where we were seated, we started singing our songs and proceeded.
Siyahamba sisiya ngasemikhukhwini.
Moving forward, moving towards the settlement.
Have you finished?
Ugqibile?
Ndiyagqibile tata uCesi.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true.
Did the police start shooting while General Mpembe was counting?
Amapolisa aqala ukudubula sabala uMpembe.
Kwadutyulwa tata xa sisiya ngasemikhukhwini ndingamazi noba ugqibile uba uMpembe noba akagqibanga nento bethi
We're walking towards the settlement. Whether he had finished counting or not, I don't know. The last time I heard was when he said he was going to count.
So your explanation is that you don't know
Amanye amazwi inkcazelo yakho uthi awazi
whether the shooting started while General Mpembe was counting.
ukuba kwadutshulwa esabala na uMpembe kanene segqibile.
Is that what you're saying?
Uyintetho yakho leyo mvukababa.
Ndiphinde tata.
If you just repeat the question.
Is your evidence now that you don't know whether the police started shooting while General Mpembe was still counting?
Buthi andazi okokuba ubesegqibile na ukubala uMpembe xa baqala ukudubula amapolisa.
Ewe tata.
Yes, sir.
I want to suggest to you that that's probably the truth. You don't know because you weren't there.
Axela ke inyaniso epheleleyo ithethayo. Into ndisitsho ukuba ubungekho apho.
You're only relying on what other people have told you.
Uve nje ngabanye abantu abaxelele lonto wena.
Hayi ndiyazama ndiyazi yonke into yasendabeni.
No, I didn't hear about it. I know everything about what happened on the mountain.
Well, I want to put it to you that if you were there, you would have known that the police shooting only started sometime after General Mpembe finished counting.
Uyabona ke ndithanda ukuxela ukuba uba ubukhona apho ubuzakwazi kamhlophe kokuba ukudutyulwa okukwenzeka emva kokuba uMpembe segqibile ukubala.
All the evidence is clear on that.
Bonke ubungqina bucace gca kuloo ndawo.
Hayi tata.
No,
Andithi.
I am not turning around.
Why did you say, in answer to Mr. Badunda's question, I know everything that happened on the mountain? This incident didn't take place on the mountain, did it?
Intoni uthi kumhlekazi uBatlenda ndiyazi yonke into eyenzeka pha entabeni ngoba lesithetha ngayo ngoku ayenzeka ngentabeni.
Sasiya entabeni ngosisuka pha uba uMpembe.
Going to the mountain, person, at
That's
Marikana when we were left from where Mpembe was.
Mr. X, there are other people who want to ask you questions, and I want to finish my questions.
Ufuna ugqiba mhlekazi nansika ndikubuza umbuzo ngoba kusekhona abanye abakulindele ngemibuzo.
I want to put the following to you.
Thanda ukubeka lento ilandelayo kuwe ngoku.
I want to say to you that it may be that parts of what you have told the Commission is the truth.
Thanda ukuthi mhlambe ingxenye ezithize zezinto ozithethe apha kwi-commission ziyinyaniso.
The problem is it's impossible to know which parts you actually saw and heard.
Ngoku ingxaki esinayo ukuthi yintoni wayiva intoni oyaziyo.
Which parts you've been told by other people.
Yintoni oyixelele ngabanye abantu.
And which parts you've simply invented.
Ezinye nje ozicingela wena.
Let me explain why I say that.
Zeziphi.
You've said that you were on the committee of 5.
Uthi wena ubukile committee yabantu abangu-5.
When in fact you were not.
Inyanisweni ubungekho apho.
You have said you were on the committee of 15.
Uthi ube ku-committee ye-15.
When in fact you were not.
Inyaniso kokuba ubungekho apho.
You have said that you were present at the confrontation on the 13th.
Uthi wawukhona phaya kungquzulano nge-13.
When in fact you were not.
Inyanisweni ukuba ubungekho apho.
You have invented events and put them in your March 2014 statement when they were not in your 2013 Pokeng statement.
Waveza izinto ezikwesinye istatement sakho samva ezingaveli kula statement wasenza ePokeng ngoFebruary.
And parts of your evidence are clearly not, or obviously not the truth. For example, the story about Mr. Matunjwa's visit to the Kopi on the 14th of August. That's plainly fabricated.
Uthi kuko ingxelo yakho bubuxoki obu njengalento yokuthi uMathunjwa wafika phaya nge.
And parts of your evidence are contradictory.
Uthi uMathunjwa wafika phaya nge-14. Uthi enye ingxenye yobungqina bakho uthetha lento uziphikisa ngelandelayo.
And parts simply make no sense at all.
Ezinye nje intetho ozivezayo apha zimfishi into engavakaliyo.
And so we are going to submit to the evidence leaders are going to submit to the Commission.
Thina ke njengabazisi bobungqina ngaphambili kwale commission intetho esiza kuyiveza phambili yile landelayo.
That it's simply not possible to know with any certainty which parts of your evidence are the truth, and which parts are not.
Into ezaba ingxaki ukuthi kubungqina bakho ayaziwa inyaniso nokuthi intoni eyinyaniso yini intoni ngobuxoki intoni engekho.
Would you like to comment on that?
Uyaphendula kule nto endiyivezile mhlekazi.
Tata uMathunjwa tata owathi ufuna membership. Nyani membership
Mathunjwa who said he wanted membership.
Ayikho membership tata ivele join ngelanga leyi1.
Membership can be joined just on one day. Sisuke.
Sense.
Uthi sisuke.
Sense fraud tata such abantu sabajoinisa ngelanga leyi1 membership uMathunjwa.
It was fraudulent. We've committed fraud there by making these people join on one day to join Mathunjwa.
uMathunjwa tata mabuyise membership enami kuba uMathunjwa ngabantu baseqawini abazobanjwa apha ngendaba kaMathunjwa.
Mathunjwa must return back the membership to their NAM because these are the people from
abantu baseqawini abana bazobana.
Sorry, sir, I was asking he said people
to have conversations in the chamber.
Thethi man benbuza litoli ke lapha
What is the conversations? Please go outside. If people carry on talking like that,
Masinicela
I'll
ukuba
have to ask you to leave. I don't want to do that.
ningaphenduli
I'm sure you
mawethu
all want to
apho
hear the evidence. Please
ngiyasiconfuse.
keep quiet.
Bendibuza okokuba uthi ngabantu baseqaweni kanene baseqawukeni ubuthini
ngabantu baseqawini abayinto abankulu ibhizana iflexshaft usikisiki Port St John's
people from
Libode abana basengqini la
from Libode and the named other areas Bizana Flagstaff.
Have you finished your answer, Mr. X?
Uqibile uphendula mhlekazi.
Sorry, what did he say about the people from the other areas? I didn't quite understand
He
that.
said these people are from Kaukeni, and then he mentioned places like Bizana, Flagstaff, Lusikisiki, the border, and other areas of the
reports are done, what did he say about them? What was the relevance of mentioning?
Uthi ababantu ngabantu abenze intoni ke mhlekazi benze intoni ababantu
ngabo abasonga sisengxakini abana zesetshenziswa ngomathunjwa.
These are the people who are now in trouble, Chairperson, which were being used by Mr. Mathunjwa. I want to apologize about all this that went wrong at Marikana.
Why is it fraudulent to join a union on one day?
Uthi intoni lento uthi fraud ukujoina i-union ngemine yodwa?
Xa ujoyina umbutho tata uyaxelelwa umgwaqo siseko wombutho uba umbutho wenza ntoni na. Lo umbutho sabajoyinisa ngelanga eliyi-1 abantu kumathunjwa.
Given all the contents of the constitution, what it is that the union is going to do for them and all that, we let these people join just over the day, overnight.
And that's fraudulent. Who committed the fraud?
Uthi ngoku ngubani lo wenza le fraud mfokapha?
Sensi fraud thina zasetyenziswa umathunjwa.
We, the people who are being used by Mathunjwa.
So you defrauded Mr. Mathunjwa and you defrauded AMCU.
Ukuba wena wa defrauda uMathunjwa wa frauda iAMCU.
Membership membership.
Because we joined Mathunjwa's union because he said he wanted membership.
Yes, but did he defraud you or did you defraud him?
Ungubani owenza le ngxaki owafrauda omnye nguye owafrauda nina ikanina nina nifrauda yena. He defrauded us
by asking you to join the union.
Kunicela okokuba ningenelele umbutho wakhe. Yes, for joining his union.
Abasebenzi ke bajoyina ngoyika pha ngokwesaba kuba kubona uba kuyafiwa ngoku.
The workers then joined there from fear because they realized there's killing that is happening here.
Mr. X, I don't want to prolong this, but you seem to be very angry with Mr. Mathunjwa. You've now accused him of defrauding the workers, and you previously fabricated an incident about him coming to the...
Yenze okokuba ibe yinde lento mhlekazeka wena thukuthelene nyani uMathunjwa ngo uzo umbizo kokuba wenza ifraud lena.
Why are you so angry with Mr. Mathunjwa?
Intoni le yenza kokuba umqumbele kangaka umhlekazi uMathunjwa?
Abantu babula kubaleke impilo kubaleke impilo kunemali.
What is important is life than money. People were killed for no reason at Marikana.
And you blame Mr. Mathunjwa for that?
Wena ke utshala uMathunjwa ngayo yonke lento.
Nguye tata andiphasa.
It is him. I'm not making any mistake.
I don't quite understand that, because according to the evidence we have, just before the fatal shootings took place, Mr. Mathunjwa pleaded with the people to leave the copy, lay down their arms and go away, and he got on his bended knees and asked them to do that.
And if
he said otherwise he would be killed. So he was in fact trying, according to the evidence we have, to prevent the people from being killed.
Mhlekazi unanzinga ngoba uthi umgcini isihlalo phambi kokuba kudutshulwe apho uMathunjwa waya phaya kwababantu uvela phaya eguqe phansi ngamadolo ebacenga ababantu kokuba hey mawethu hambani kuzokwenzeka oku noku kuzobulawa apha uthi xa bekunguye ngabe ingenzekanga lonto ngoluhlobo uyibeka ngayo wena uyabona wabonakala ebacenga phaya akayiqondisisi ngokumhlekazi lento siyithethe uthini apha
uthini tata.
What is it, Mr. Chairperson?
I don't understand why you say that Mr. Mathunjwa is responsible for the deaths of the people
and
killed on the 16th.
Usithi wena utshola uMathunjwa ngokusweleka kwabantu nge-16 ngoba
because according to the evidence we've heard,
nina esibuvile apha
on that fatal afternoon,
alo mini kuzosweleka abantu,
he pleaded with the people on the copy to lay down their arms and leave.
Aya phaya yocenga abantu kokuba mababeke phansi izixhobo bahambe.
He got on his bended knees.
Wade waguqa ngamadolo phansi uMathunjwa.
And he told the people that the police would kill them.
Aze washo amapolisa kubantu
That's why he asked them to put down their arms.
Azonibulala amapolisa yiko ndithi bekani phansi izixhobo nihambe.
According to the evidence we've heard, he went out of his way tried to prevent the people from being killed.
waphuma endleleni uMathunjwa
That's why I
ezama
don't understand
okokuba
you saying that he is responsible for the deaths of
zonke
the people.
inzame yokokuba
Can you help me to understand your evidence on that point?
yiko ndingavisisi kahle ubungqina bakho njengoba usuchaza ngokwabo.
Tata uMathunjwa tata wenze isenza kanjani lanto njengoba wayenozukulwana sathi kuzukwana uMathunjwa maka uye nge16 uzukwana njengoba babini nge15 bese emotweni babese happy ubabini nozukwana sathi uMathunjwa makabuye yena kusasa
They were together with Zokwana in the police hippo in the Casper. We then said to Mathunjwa he should come alone the following day.
uMathunjwa wabuye ekuseni entabeni waqala
Mathunjwa then came back in the morning to the mountain and started.
wathula report back ebelungwini ekuseni.
Then said he would go to the employer to get a report back the morning.
Umbuzo wami ngulona ke wewenza ntoni ekuseni?
My question is, umbuzo wakho yilo?
Umbuzo wami uthi uMathunjwa wewenza ntoni ekuseni pha entabeni?
My question was, what had Mathunjwa gone to do early in the mountain?
Wesazi uba membership membership uyayifumana membership.
It is because he knew he would get the membership.
Yonke lanto esenze eMarikana indaba kaMathunjwa tata.
All that happened at Marikana say is because of Mr. Mathunjwa.
Mr. X, is it correct that Mr. Mathunjwa pleaded with the strikers to lay down their arms and leave the Kopi in order to prevent them being killed?
Inyan le evelayo mhlekazi kokuba uMathunjwa waya pha entabeni wabacenga abaqanqalazo ukuba mababeke phansi izixhobo bahambe xa kungenjalo bazawubulawa.
Tata uMathunjwa wafika ekuseni entabeni.
Mathunjwa arrived in the morning at the mountain.
Wathi uMathunjwa uya ebalungwini landa impendulo.
He said he would go to the employer to get a response.
Wabe wazobuya uMathunjwa futhi eMalanga.
And then he later came during the day.
uMathunjwa eMalanga wekhankasa uMathunjwa.
Mathunjwa was canvassing for membership when he came back later.
Xa ungaba uthetha nomuntu oyintombazana awumkhasi ngenye indoda uthetha uthando lakho emntwini.
If one is talking to a girl proposing for love, you don't talk about other men, you talk about your love for that particular girl.
uMathunjwa wekhankasa ethetha ngenami uba inami idla namabholo ndla.
Mathunjwa was using canvassing tactics of talking bad about the NAM, that the NAM was eating together with the employer.
Kube sazi ufuna membership le NAM.
Because he wanted membership that belongs to NAM.
Have you finished?
Ndicela uxolo abantu baseqaweni bazolimala ngendaba kaMathunjwa.
I am apologizing to the people from Kaukeni who got injured because of Mr. Mathunjwa.
Mathunjwa sisebenzisayo.
It is Mathunjwa that used us.
Can I
The
try to get...
question I asked you originally was, is it, I referred you in the question I asked you to the fact that according to the evidence we've heard, Mr. Mathunjwa at the end of his speech knelt down and pleaded with the people on the Kopi to put down their arms and go away, and he told them that if they didn't do that, the police would kill them. So he was trying to stop them being killed. Is that correct?
Mfokaba umbuzo bendikubuza wona yilona ubuza ngumgcini isihlalo ngokuba uMathunjwa egqibeleni phaya kweza kwaba bantu wafike wacenga apho waze waguqa ngedolo phansi esithi aba bantu mababeke phansi izixhobo zabo bahambe xa kungenjalo bazawubulawa ngamapolisa. Uthini kuloo ntetho kamgcini isihlalo?
uMathunjwa wafika wanyani waguqa ngedolo pha entabeni wathi ethetha nathi.
Mathunjwa did come to us in the mountain, spoke to us. Indeed, he went down on his knees, Chairperson.
Did he try to get the people to lay down their arms and leave the Kopi so that they would not be killed by the police?
Zama ukunicenga ukuba nibeke phansi izixhobo nehle apho entabeni suke endundumeni ngoba enzela okokuba ningabulawa.
Wathi kuzophalala igazi pha entabeni.
Said there was going to be bloodshed on the mountain.
Did he plead with the people to leave the mountain so that they would not be killed by the police?
Banicenga okokuba nisuke apho entabeni kude kungabulawa abantu.
Wesicenga uMathunja kodwa engasicenga inyaniso uMathunja.
He was asking us to, but he was not truthful about his plea.
Umntwana xa emoshile kuthetha ukuthi umntwana xa emoshile ngesuka umfave uye kumkhalimela.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Uthi xa umntana emoshile.
Xa abantu abakho bemoshile.
If your children makes a mistake, abantu abakho bemoshile.
Xa bemoshile obakhalimeli uye usuke uba faka umoya.
Don't you reprimand them? Do you then influence them?
Because
Mathunja was influencing us. He was not warning us or reprimanding us.
So I'm sorry, I still don't understand the answer. Do you say it is true or it is false?
Uthi inyani le ewubuza yona ikanene bubuxoki na.
That on the 16th,
uthi phaya nge-16.
Mr. Mathunja pleaded with the strikers on the Kopi to lay down their arms and leave the Kopi in order to prevent them being killed by the police.
Okokuba uMathunja weza phaya entabeni nge-16 wafika wabacenga aba bantu baphaya ukuba babeke izixhobo zabo phansi basuke phaya entabeni ukudeske bangabulawa. Inyani le? Yes, he did. It is so, yes.
And as far as the deaths before the 16th are concerned, there were 10 people, strikers and members of the police who were killed before the 16th of August. Sorry, yes, strikers, Lonman employees, and members of the police who were killed before the 16th of August.
Kukhona nabaqhankqalazi namapolisa asebulewe phambi komhla ka-16 kunjalo.
Kunjalo dad.
It is correct, sir.
Mr. Mathunja wasn't involved in any of those murders, was he?
Angekho uMathunja kwezo zehlakalo. Engabandakanyeki kwezo zehlakalo uMathunja.
Tata webandakanyeka kuba wathi uMathunja nge-14 ufuna membership. Jonga.
Because on the 14th he said he wanted membership. Membership, he doesn't want NAM here, NAM should be killed.
Yes, so, hang on. Sorry, Mr. The people that who reference was made, who died earlier, with the exception of Mr. Twala, who died on the 14th, come to him in a moment, but the others died on the 12th and the 13th. Before Mr. Mathunja came, isn't that right?
Ithetha ngaba ke ngaphandle komhleka uThwala.
Killed on Sunday morning.
uThwala wasweleka nge-14 yena. Sithetha ngaba basweleka phambi kokuba uMathunja abe khona apha basweleka ngemini eziphambi kokuba afike.
The others were a worker was killed on the Sunday night. Mr.
Bulawa
was killed on the Monday morning about 3 o'clock.
Umsebenzi ngecawe kwathi ngentsasaya ngomvulo kwasweleka omnye wabasebenzi.
And then 2 policemen were killed on the afternoon of the 13th, the Monday afternoon.
Kwathi
3 strikers were killed.
Nge-13 emva kwedina kwabulawa i-security ezimbini.
And Mr. Twala was killed on the Tuesday afternoon before Mr. Mathunja came, according to evidence.
Twala wasweleka uThwala wasweleka nge-14 emini emaqanda phambi kokuba afike uMathunja.
I'm afraid we can't carry on with that interruption.
Sizake situkuma kancinci.
I was going to take the short break at 11:15, but perhaps we can take it now to give the authorities a chance to
Make sinike abasebenza ngemitshini okokuba
think
balungise.
about his answer to the question I put.
Izawubuya sinithole impendulo emva koku.
We'll adjourn for 15 minutes.
Sizawubuya emva kwe-15 minutes.
disappeared permanently.
Siyaqhubeka ke ngoku la ngxolo besiva ngathi ithulile sithemba bayizobuya.
We need Mr. X back, Mr. Chairman.
Have you pardon?
We need his image back, Mr. X.
We need his image back. Yes, that's true. I thought things had been sorted out. He's obviously buzzed off when the buzz went off. Well, what is the position? There's no good sitting here for an hour or two waiting for him to come back on the screen. So if he's going to come back shortly, we'll carry on. If he isn't, we'll have to take the plea adjournment that I was proposing to take in an hour's time. What is the position? Mr. Matabedi, this is your witness. What's happened to him?
Unfortunately, I won't be in a position to help at this stage.
I think we'd better, it's silly, the point is sitting here. Yeah. The 1 minute starts now.
Chairperson, if I can make a suggestion about a way of dealing with these situations going forward. There are a range of videos that still need to be played in commission. Can I suggest that the next time we have a technical interruption like this in the evidence of Mr. X, we use the time to play, for instance, the video of the second press conference that SAPS gave on the 17th?
All right, well, may I suggest you set it up so that if the problem arises, we're about to switch into video viewing mode immediately. The minute is nearly up, actually.
Zuzuphelile akaveli umsex.
The minute is up seriously, because if it is going to take time to sort out the problem, then I think we should adjourn. On the other hand, if it's going to be sorted out soon, in the absence of Mr. Chasterson's video, we'll just have to sit here and wait. What's the story? How long are they going to take? 2 minutes. The witness is back, but I'm not sure the microphone is back. Can we find out if the microphone is back? Can you ask him to say something?
Xhego uyandiva?
Find him, he's under oath.
Zama ukuthetha. Yavakala. It's responding but can't hear.
Well, unless we have a lip reader in the house, then we'll have to wait for the microphone to be turned on.
Awuvakali ngapha. Thina sikufa.
There was a sign up to the microphone. Look, I think that we must, I don't know where this remote location is, but someone must get a message to the, a message is being sent by telephone.
Now, I was going to say, Chairperson, maybe it might be an opportune time to bring that application.
Be very tempting to support it, Chairman.
I think despite what you say, Mr. Ballender, Mr. Semenya may well oppose it. Can we hear him now?
Ngiyavakala ngokuqala. Asikuva kodwa ngapha thi.
But someone, I believe attempts to be made to telephone this remote venue. Can someone please send a pigeon, carry a pigeon or something? I'm hesitant to adjourn and walk out because the moment we walk out, it'll come on again and then we'll have wasted more time. But it is very irritating. These things are sent to try us.
Chairperson, we've got no progress on Mr. X, but we can show the press conference of the 17th to use the time productively if we...
Has this already got an exhibit number?
No, we need to give it a new exhibit number.
Well, we'll intervene. We'll interrupt the evidence of the witness, which has been interrupted by mechanical causes beyond our control, and we will hear a video, or rather watch a video, and hopefully hear a video of the... It's the second press conference on the 17th, is it?
I'm not sure about the sequence of which one came first and which one came second, but this is the press...
Video press conference on 17 August 2012. What's the exhibit number? What would the exhibit number be? I think that we were... It's part of the Minister series, really, isn't it, I suppose? Because it'll be quadruple C 12. Still no times. We're just going to watch the whole video and hopefully hear it as well.
No, still no times on the conferences. Times of the conference.
Of the press conference. I think the way to identify it is it's the press conference at which Colonel Scott and Major General Mpembe delivered their presentations.
Press conference okanye ke ingxelo kunondaba eka Scott no General Mpembe.
Well, I've written in my book, this will be exhibit quadruple C12. It's a video of the press conference on the 17th of August 2012 at which Lieutenant Colonel Scott and Major General Mpembe delivered their presentation.
National Commissioner, the Deputy National Commissioner, the Provincial Commissioners and the Divisional Commissioners and other senior officers present. Members of the media, just the presentation to take you through more a pictorial history of the event as it's unfolded. Looking at the protest history, we start on...
Sorry, Chairperson, if we can just pause. There will be some footage in the presentation that is captured on the video that requires a warning. So if we could give the warning at the start.
Was that the voice of Colonel Scott that we heard?
It was the voice of Colonel Scott.
We're going to watch a video which contains two presentations made on 17th of August, one by Lieutenant Colonel Scott and one by Major General Mpembe. It's I'm informed that we will be shown some images of people who've been killed or very seriously injured, and that the relatives and loved ones, friends of those people, may find watching these images very distressing. So before we see the video, before it's turned on properly, I ask it's 30 seconds should be allowed to elapse to enable those who feel that they may be emotionally distressed by looking at these images to leave the chamber.
Zawuvela nemfanekiso ke masikizi pha kula video sithanda ukulomkisa ke aba banenhliziyo ezibuthathaka kuba sibanike ixesha elingangomizuzwana ngamashumi amathathu babaphume xa ngabe izawubaphatha kakubi ke imifanekiso lezawuvela.
The 30 seconds starts now.
Yaqala ngoku lo mizuzwana ngamashumi amathathu.
30 seconds is up. For the benefits of those who may be puzzled why we're watching these presentations, it's important we see them because they're pre-roots. They're a preliminary version of the police presentation made before any influences were brought to bear by what was said at roots.
Bantu kabangathi nqa kuba kutheni sijonge le mfanekiso yandulela yonke into yenzeke pha e-roots lento zawuvela kule mfanekiso balekile kuba xa ufuna ukwazi ba into neyandulela into ese-roots uyibone.
What we're trying to show you now.
Can you switch off the light, perfect?
And the ones Right, there's been a different order to what we've been seeing over the time we were there, and the sites have been observing ritual practices being undertaken on the very copies, the written copies, and obviously the intelligence has shown as well some wonderfully impressive, and what you can see there are the naked men standing specifically in their line and going through the rituals with this sort of moment. The group has been putting bulletins.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Epstein. I think this can be surely this can be simultaneously translated. We don't. It's much quicker if we do it simultaneously. So.
Yes.
No one's got his headset, his or her headset on.
Headphones up.
Is this going to be a long presentation, Mr.
I think the video is in the region of about 20 minutes long.
Of course, if it's going to be interrupted by interpretation, then it's going to be virtually double the time.
So the translation would be done then from the other room, if that is necessary.
Who haven't brought their headsets in, please must go there or go outside and get them and come in again.
Abake bangenazo headset bangaya kula room ngapha kwela cala okanye bawuzifumani earphones.
In the interest of saving time, I suggest those who need interpretation should go. It's just a video, you see. Can go across the way to the overflow room. Equipment is set up there, I think. That will then save time. And once we start here again, once we get through to Mr. X, we will let you know and you will all come back.
Bafuna ukuyilandela ke le video bangaya kuwela gumbi lingapha ya izawuba lula yabonakala ngapha. Xa sesiqhubeka ngoMr X sinazise ke futhi nibuke. Vakala ndithi into ofuna uyibona ngaya kwela gumbi lingapha.
People, you can't force people to go. If they don't want to go, they don't have to go. But they will realize they won't get interpretation here. So if they want to understand what's being said in also, then they'll have to go to the overflow room. It's just a video that will be any evidence that will be given. We've been given an opportunity to come back, so they will miss nothing.
Kodwa akakho umuntu unyanzelwayo uba makaye pha xa ufuna ukulandela umamele izawube itolikwa kwela cala ngesixhosa ivideo nje akho bungqina bungakubuza ukwethulwa.
Let's carry on then without interpretation.
The public or policing experience means that we've been in this situation of notice that each time the police arrive, certain maneuvers from the protesters will be put into practice. And it ties into a lot of what we believe was part of the ritual practices that we've been deciding themselves on. On the 12th of August, this was the Sunday, certain members from the units of the mine, there was information that they would be going to forge or burn one of the opposition union buildings, local buildings. The mine security was deployed to intervene, and the result was the death of two of the mine security members. They were hacked to death, slightly burned, one and the other was burnt, and their vehicles were torched. As you can see, this is one of the members that were torched at the gunpoint after being assaulted with pelleas. And that's the body of the other security guard, which was not very far from the vehicle either. On the 13th, Monday, the SAPS deployed additional force to the area to help to stabilize events. You'll see this in a moment in the video footage that we're going to show you, which General Ben will speak to. This is just to show you that on that day, the continuum of force was utilized, and a few of our members were attacked, or more than 3 were attacked, and 3 were too fatally wounded, one wounded in hospital.
On that Monday, we were led by the provincial commissioner. When we arrived at the mine, we were informed that they knew that the mine management did not know on 19th. And immediately thereafter, we were informed that the protesters are marching with a fierce weapon to a certain place. To ensure that we do hands-on management, we then went to the scene.
This was the SAPS proceeded to deploy a greater number of force on the evening. Came Tuesday, this was the body of one of the senior supervisors on the mine was found. And as you can see as we proceed through the pictures. I think it's depicting that the people we were dealing with were brutal in the execution of what they wanted to achieve. The sequence of events as they unfolded, and as you can see on the screen, that most of you will know that was the SAPS that they were not accessible for the crowd. You notice that the crowd was seated in this situation or this position here, in this environment. Notice where they're moving to. And as I say, that vehicle, as you see it there, is the last vehicle with the wire as it was busy putting the wire into place. Fortunately, that vehicle sped up and the wire was pulled into place, as you can see down in the moment, and it stopped on the edge of the crowd, which was a buffer for us. And the next photograph will actually show you it's charged direction from the helicopter. That is the vehicle which was here that was driving in, managed to get the barbed wire into place. And you can notice now the following action of the crowd as they tried to break through the police lines into where the safety zone of the police was. And most of you would have seen on TV, the footage, the media footage, the video footage of the shooting that took place in the Marikana in England. It's this scene that you're seeing, where there are a number of protesters that have come around initially to come through here and would block the barbed wire, reorganize them and charge through onto the police again. This is now scene 1, it's considered scene 1 at the trial. There were 16 dead and 14 wounded. And I'll take you back to the actual scene, the amount of people that were trying to charge through. And that is the result. This is the yellow is depicting the barbed wire. I just highlighted it for you because it's not very clearly visible otherwise. That is the end of the barbed wire came to against the crowd. Protesters reorganized and they tried to dash through in this environment onto the police. And you'll notice that that's when the ceased line. The public order policing they formed the first line, which you'll see in the video as well. And they were shooting rubber and throwing stone grenades and trying to get into retreat. They went straight through the second line of defense. And at that stage, it's self-defense for the police members. That is the line which was formed, after which the mobilization of the force, after the shooting happened immediately. Scene 2. This was one of the smaller properties to the west of the two that I was sitting on. And what you'll notice here, and this was happening all the way through, the police were utilizing non-lethal force as far as possible. It was only when police members were confronted, and it was life-threatening circumstances that they had to defend themselves. You'll notice here we've got the defendants, both of them trying to spray the water to channel the protesters to an environment where they could be arrested. Then you see the actual arrest happened, the police transportation was brought in to take the arrested members to the nearest police station. And these were some of the weapons that were confiscated by the police service. This is one of the scenes from that clipping, unfortunately where lethal force had to be used in self-defense. You'll notice the knives, you'll notice the skills that Bill carries, the axe that's lying here, and the local paddles, and as we move on, the papers, and you'll notice the papers, the knives, and firearms. And altogether 6 firearms were retrieved, one of which was one of the firearms that were stolen off the deceased member, the service member that was killed on Monday. Straight to the videos. We are going to show you the video that I attended on Monday, and I need to say at this moment, it's when the police read the situation, because the protesters in this video that we're going to see made it clear to us that they are not going to hand over their weapon because they would rather stick with their weapons. It's when the police were approaching under my command. At this moment we had to comply with the Gatherings Act. We calm all the protesters, we addressed them, we informed them that what they are doing is illegal, the ways that they are chanting, they are incitement, and we informed them that we will ask them, we are requesting them to give us those dangerous weapons. And thereafter we inform them in the languages that they do understand, that was Zulu, also
speak in Xhosa, we speak in Sotho, and we try also to get an interpreter in Fanagalo, the video.
what is currently happening here, that everyone is trying to calm the situation, all is demanding those people the weapons that they have, and also instructing them that the protest or the gathering that they have is an illegal protest, is an illegal gathering. And we are not coming as the police to arrest them, we are coming to them to actually take the weapons that they have. That is after some people have been already dealing with the arms that they have. The request that is coming from the protest is saying, no, we will help over this, but only us to the mountain. This group is confirming that they are coming from the mountain themselves, they've been on the mountain, and they decided to protest. And part of the police intervened and stopped them. And they are able to go back to the mountain with the police. And then at the mountain, they will have given over as what they are saying, their arms to the police. That's what it actually negotiations all about.
At this moment, I inform them what the political and personal time spends, and I will count, and then they requested me that I should listen to them. If you are listening well, it is that they want to go to the mountain with the weapons, and that is when, and the people who are still in the mountain were offered additional. At this time, the clearly stated that I should allow them to go with the weapons, and that we should accompany them. And that is what I acceded to. At this moment, we could not disperse them, we could not disarm them, because they were adamant that they would not give us their weapons. So if we tried to do any other thing, it could have resulted in a more serious danger. And we are continuing with the persuasions. And this is a very crucial point. This protester was saying, if you accede to our request that we go with our weapons, we will come back to you and give you the weapons. Now the leaders behind, they did not like it. They suddenly suppressed him and they wanted what they wanted. At this moment you can see that some of the people here, they are just falling under the instruction of that leadership. Immediately after I informed them that I wanted the dangerous weapons, they said, now we are moving. And at this moment, then we take a description that since they said we should follow them, then we follow them, checking that they are not going to endanger any other community members. And we will follow them at a reasonable distance. At this moment, once they started moving against my instructions, the police tried to channel them. And then I realized, and then I I also spoke to the police to say they should not do any other thing because that will result in a more serious way. This moment, they saw the chopper and they saw the Nyalas coming on this side. That's where the unfortunate situation happened, when they suddenly turned against us. And that's where we lost our two colleagues. And at this moment, the emotions were high. We calmed the emotions. We said that we still have to follow the law. This time, I had to deal with the emotions of the police. They were not happy for me, and they said that our members are going to be slaughtered. And as you can hear from the video. That is what our police officers were behind us.
So is that the end of the video? I think the cameraman is also heard speaking as well.
I think that is either General Mawela or General Masemola, not the cameraman,
Anyway, we would like a transcript of what was said at the conference, so that that can go in an exhibit, because it may be important. I seem to remember his name, I'm not sure, but I take it we haven't got a state. It's already marked.
I see that there's a JM1, but